What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Johnny. Back again with another video. First off, I want to start off and say yesterday I surpassed 2,000 subscribers. So shout out to the gang, man. I'm extremely humbled to be growing at this rate. This is surreal, if that's the best way to put it. But I'm gonna keep the reactions coming. I'm gonna keep spreading knowledge and look at it. I don't want to be the one to change the world. I just want to spark somebody else's brain. And if I could put a spark in your brain and you can go out and you can make a difference, then that's just as much as me making a difference because we all connected in this thing. Hit the like button for me if you can. Please consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't. And if you like the message, share the video so we can uplift the masses. Today we reacting to People So Stupid. I've never heard of this one, but in the comments it said this is one of his more upbeat tracks. So I figured this would be a good video for some Saturday laughs and see what knowledge I can tie to that. And I will be going live tonight, 6 p.m. Central Time for a meet and greet with all the new subs. Let's go.
Hi, I'm praying that the world changes soon. Can get a doobie on a plane, but there's Uzis in our schools. Every dude who touched a boob or a booty getting me too. What you expect from the kids who went to Hooters after school? We're all triggered and defensive. We're all racist and we're sexist. We all grew up watching South Park. How are we offended? Now being fat is beautiful. Name a thing that you can't do. Jumping jacks.
Whoa, he came out. Hey, I personally think Eric Cartman is one of the most hilarious people in the world. Between Eric Cartman and Dwight Schrute, I'm not sure who's more offensive or who's funnier, but I love both of those guys to death. Gosh.
You can't do jumping jacks, run a mile, live past 42. Man, it used to be cool to just flip a bird to the system, and now it's.
And I'm cool with talking about everything. Obesity is probably one of the biggest killers in the Black community. My mom was extremely overweight, and if she wasn't overweight, she wouldn't have needed to take so many prescription pills, which would not have caused her to overdose. Health is wealth, people. I always say in America, look at 5, 6 o'clock and drive around and look at every drive-through place. It's completely packed. And in the Black community, I've always said, we eat this food that clogs our arteries and gives us diabetes and high blood pressure. It kills our family member. We go to the funeral and we sit there and cry, and then we go to reception and eat the same food that just put that person in a casket. It makes no sense at all.
It's trendy to be triggered and pretend you're a victim. It's my race, it's my weight, it's because I'm a Christian. I hate the internet and anyone who has an opinion. And everybody angry if you say white. Okay, fine. Pass me the brush and I'll paint my face to the shades right. Let's talk about abortion. Sorry, tell me how this works. Bacteria is life on Mars, but a heartbeat isn't life on Earth? Weird. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb.
The abortion argument, the twisted part about that is everybody that is here currently on Earth living, it's because our mothers chose to keep us, not abort us. So how someone gave you life and yet you're too good to give someone else life, yet you want to partake in the acts that create life. This may sound controversial to a lot of people. I don't really think I'm pro birth control anymore. And I say that because birth control scapegoated a lot of women out of their responsibility to make better choices, just as it did men. If you made people be responsible, we have a lot less reckless sex and we got a lot less babies being born. I'm a fan of shotgun weddings type stuff. I don't believe the government should come in and subsidize you for having 5, 6 kids. I don't believe the government should pay you because you made a bad choice with a man. Make better choices. Have your father vet the man, and if he don't want to marry you, what's the quote they say? No ring, no offspring.
People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of tissues, it's so dumb. I'm a hater because I can't relate to gay pride. Call me homophobic because I don't want to date guys. K-tight. I, for one, I'm not surprised the world declined along the way. Give trophies to children for losing just because they decide to play. We exercise our right to vote and hate the politicians. Hey, this is a democracy. It's partly your decision. Hey, this is weird. Feels like this a different year. If I identify as a female, then when my balls and penis disappear. Children want a gender switch and hating men is feminist. Depression and anxiety are trendy. We're too sensitive. Invented 80 genders. Mad the world is not accepting it. Then gave them more attention than normal women and men can get.
Yeah, we live in clown world to where I don't know if you call him a guy or what, to where Biden You know, our new health secretary is a transgender woman, so that's supposed to be empowering women. And yet the black lady just won in Virginia and she's supposed to be a white supremacist. These lies are just all over the place. And I'm always been a firm believer, man. Somebody saw a glitch and was like, yeah, we can use black Americans to tear down America. We can use that mass group of black people, tell them they've been disenfranchised their whole life. And people are so stupid that they'll just believe it. I go back over a lot of books that I've read a lot because I keep mentioning them. But if you were to go read The Negro Problem, you know, it talks about how well the black man and the white man worked together back in the 1800s. They always did business together. There was a lot of black sharecroppers. There was a lot of black cowboys. There was a lot of black slave owners. There's just so much missing history. And you would have to ask anybody with a logical brain is like, hold on, wait, you telling me that these people just got kidnapped from Africa, brought over here, and they just were workers, and now we just want to save them? Like, logically, nobody could be that stupid. You would have to, like, hold on, this just doesn't add up, though. But hey, like what I mean, 3% of white people own slaves. Yeah, you had almost 100% of young white liberals, you know, feeling like their family was oppressors and they need to go be a black savior because of something their grandfather and father did. I think the white community definitely needs to honor their fathers and grandfathers a lot more, because without those men, we aren't where we are today. And if we don't start, you know, honoring and respecting the men that are currently trying to stand up, America is going to continue to fall apart.
Contradiction, being human is so tragic. Focus on minorities, ignoring all the masses. Hallelujah, everyone. Activism saved the planet. No more plastic straws and paper, just paper straws wrapped in plastic. Congratulations. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of issues. It's so dumb.
That's why I say, you know, in America, man, we live super comfortable, super safe. Because look at the issues that we pick fights about. We are in third world countries, but you got to figure out how you're going to feed your family that day. We don't have bombs being dropped on our head. We have an abundant life where we can do whatever we want. And because we have so much freedom and so much comfortability, we have to look for issues. Oh, that was a microaggression. Oh, they looked at me the wrong way. I always say, man, when you from the bottom, you don't care about nothing. Like, I be driving around and every place is hiring right now. And I was at yesterday, I said MacDonald starting $15 an hour. Go Chicken Go starting $13 an hour. And my first job paid me $5.15 an hour plus tips, dog. When you poor, you ain't picky about that ain't enough money or they not paying me enough. Hey, if somebody would offer me $2 an hour when I was a kid trying to get my first job, I'd have took it. Because when you really poor, anything helps. I mean, like I said, I made $5 an hour, and that $5 an hour bought me my first car, $675 cash. It's all about learning how to save, how to budget. But we live in a time where it's over 60% of kids make over $100,000 and yet are still living a paycheck to paycheck. That's people. That's like the track say, people are so stupid, man. That's financial illiteracy. You hustling backwards. There's no way you go into a job for somebody else to not be prosperous. If you do have a job, pay yourself first. If people looked at life differently, man, you can work at McDonald's, bro, and become a millionaire if you handle your money right. Everything that you do is an expression of who you are. So every way you spend your money, all the microaggressions you look for, all the drama that you try to get involved or don't get involved in, how deep you're willing to look into a situation instead of just basing off a face surface value level, that all goes with your intellect. Having good grades in college don't mean a damn thing if you can't sit down and have a reasonable, logical conversation.
It's so dumb. Look, I get it. It's like the world is going crazy. Seems like a school shooting happens almost daily. The racism, rape culture, hatred that we're facing is way too ingrained for our hashtags to change it. We've become so lazy and complacent, afraid of our generation. We think activism's Instagramming memes and complaining. It's a problem when there's actually actions you could be taking, but you're triggered, so you just cry like a baby. Y'all so stupid. Why are y'all so stupid? Get better problems, I swear to God that y'all want them. Y'all so dumb. People so stupid. People so dumb. People so boo-hoo, wah, wah, wah. Get better issues, we're gonna run out of issues. It's so dumb.
I like that. And like you said, man, if we had real issues going on, people wouldn't be so triggered. Do you think Martin Luther King was triggered when he was getting out them death threats? You think Malcolm X was triggered when they was riding by his house and we could see that pistol, him with the shot, he standing out the window looking? You think Huey P. Newton was triggered? Nat Turner led the slave rebellion. You can go back. Abraham Lincoln. Every great man has had to deal with adverse situation. Every great woman has had to deal with adverse situation. I personally think being triggered is a sign of being insecure. Because as a man, I know everything that I step up to do, I got to suck at it the first time. And I might suck the first 10 to 15 times. Eventually, I'll get the hang of it, and eventually, I'll get a little better. That's life. Everyone has to be a beginner before they could be a pro. But that triggered group of people, those liberals, those snowflakes, they've had their whole life handed to them. We live in an abundant America. Everybody gets participation trophies. Everybody's considered good. Sports is recreational now, so everybody can play on a team. And I'm talking from kindergarten all the way up to high school, you could play recreational sports. It wasn't like that when I was a kid. You tried out, and if you wasn't good enough, you didn't play. But now that we're so accepting of everything, you can be fat, you can be skinny, you can be short, you can be lazy, and I got to lie to you and tell you that you're good. And while I'm okay with lying to you, it hurts your self-esteem. It hurts your mental because you know what's wrong with you. Like my homie said, if you're overweight, man, you can't do jumping jacks. You can't run up and down the street. If a dog starts chasing you, good night, buddy. As humans, we know we're supposed to be in shape. We know we're supposed to be in line with the universe. But we're serving the world. And we all know is you can't serve two masters. You know, you got to serve God or serve the world. And I'm a firm believer to be in the world and not of the world. Because everything that you do and everything that you show is an expression from your heart. I can't have a black heart and be this way that I am and talk this way and put this type of message out to the world. Here we go with another book for my guys and my girls, because I'm noticing I'm getting a lot of female subscribers as well. And I like that, man. I think, men need to hear somebody like, damn, I could be pushing. We all know women love mental stimulation. And we live in a society where most men are kind of repeating the same messages over and over. So I just want to be kind of that glitch to wake everybody up and hear something different. But Out from the Heart by James Allen. It was originally published in 1904. And James Allen is one of my favorite authors. And the book just speaks about everything that you do is an expression of your heart. You can't have a pure heart and put negative energy out into the world. So when you walk around and you see all these people spreading this hate and this anger, don't judge them. Don't be angry at them, but develop some empathy. Remove yourself from them by all means. But understand, man, that's an expression of their heart. Every time you see somebody explode, every time you see somebody, like I seen in is it Colorado? They just signed an executive order. I believe it's an executive order, but I could be wrong. But to turn unvaccinated people away from the hospitals, that's an expression of evil. Everything that you see being done is an expression of evil, and you could just look at these people and say, "Satan is your daddy." Shout out Jesse Lee Peterson, because there's no way, as humans, we all want us to prosper. I always go back to slavery was legal. The Holocaust was legal. So you can look at all those lives that was lost and, oh my God, those poor people, all of those policies came from the government. Everything that's going on right now is coming from the government. I seen an article by a doctor yesterday, and I don't know how verifiable it'll be, but he said in these coming months, get ready for a lot of really healthy athletes to start having heart problems because they've been vaccinated. And he said there's never been a spike in heart rate issues the way there's been since this whole COVID vaccine start coming out. There's a NBA player, I'll link it in the description. He played for the Atlanta Hawks. He retired, and he said after he got the vaccine, he started having heart problems and wasn't able to play NBA basketball no more. So that's all over the place, here nor there. I'm not telling anybody what to do with their body once again, but I do think everything should be thoroughly checked, and it should be your decision. I'm not into forcing anything on anybody. I'm big on freedom. I'm big on you making the best choices for you and your family. And whatever the outcomes with that, you got to be a man and deal with it. We also, if we gonna just keep rolling with this, man, as men, like if you are a man of a family, if you change your health trends, your family will get healthier. And if you're an individual person and you always hear, like I always talk about, I grew up poor, so you hear it's hard to eat healthy when you're in the poor, man, that's a lie. Bro, we ate a bag of rice. We used to get 2 for $3 veggies from the store. You get you some soy sauce and teriyaki sauce, and you got you a fire ass meal. And it's healthy, and you keeping your weight in check. So don't let people lie to you to say it's expensive to eat healthy. For breakfast, I eat a green apple. I get some caramel, and I get some Heath milk chocolate toffee bits. Put the toffee bits in the caramel, stir it up with my apple slices, and that's breakfast. I drink a gallon of water every day. Everything that we do in life could be simple, but tie back to the track, man. People so stupid. We really don't want a simplistic life. We want that helicopter, not helicopter ride, because that's all over the place. We want that up and down. We like being on that treadmill of good times, bad times, good times, bad times, and you can plan your life. You know, I say, man, your life, your imagination. Albert Einstein talks about that. Your imagination is a preview of what's to come in your life. So everything that I'm imagining, I'm taking the necessary steps to manifest it into reality. And most people, I don't think they pay attention to their imagination. Your imagination is your key to life. I say personality is your personal reality. I can't see what you think. I can't see what you feel, but you know it. And you know what you really want out of life. I heard this old quote from Earl Nightingale, and he said, something is true of all people. All of us want something in life, but all of us are afraid of something. But everything you want is on the other side of fear. So what are you going to do to accomplish that? And whether that's speaking out, or that's getting in shape, or eating healthy, or becoming a better husband, or becoming a better person so you can potentially find a spouse, or just being a better person for yourself because you just want to be dope. You know what I'm saying? I feel we are all God's work on this earth. Every single one of us. We can give life. We can take life. We can create life. We determine how tall the trees get. We determine if the birds live or die. We determine everything as humans. So why are we not gods? And so with having that power of gods, why don't we conduct ourselves as such? Just my thoughts. Another fire track by Tom. Like I said, we're going live tonight at 6 p.m. Shout out to the gang. Keep sending me videos. Extremely grateful, extremely humble. Hit the like button. Share the video if you like the message. Keep being the light in this dark world. Spread love, spread positive vibes. Until next time, YouTube, we are out. Go be great. Peace.